In this video, we're going to be talking about the journey of 0 to 100K in profit with your online business, the mindset, the journey, how your mindset is totally different from starting from 0 to 10K to 50K to 100K, and how to actually get there. So I'll go ahead and break it down for you guys. Let me clear this up and break it down by each little section. But I will tell you guys one thing. The journey from 0 to 10K is the hardest out of everything. That is one of the hardest. That is when you are just so distracted from your previous life, of the distractions. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started now. So we'll go ahead and start with $0. 0 is the number one, all the way to 1K. 1K to 1K, and then to 10K. Let's go down a little bit more. And guys, most of these videos is just going to be me talking off the bat, just me talking, nothing really planned. It's just my actual original ideas. Everything is organic and natural when I'm talking to you guys. So if there's like a pause in the video where I need like a few seconds to think, just understand that everything is coming naturally. These are things I know and understand naturally, not just stuff I came out of. I was just practicing like yesterday, and now I'm talking about it. So let's go ahead and go 0, 1K, 10K. 10K to 20K is almost the same thing, but we could go to 50K. 50K, there's always a little roadblock. When you get to like 50K, there's a roadblock to get to 100K. And you need to find that roadblock, and we'll talk about it in this video. So 100K. And guys, I'm talking about all profit. I'm not talking about revenue. We're talking about profit. Money straight into your pocket or straight into your bank account that you can spend. So the journey for me at the beginning started about a few years ago. Not even that long ago. Probably 2, 3, close to 3 to 4 years, I think, when I was really at $0, meaning I barely had any money. I barely even had $10 for food every day. I was dead ass. Most of my times were spent just kicking it with the homies, smoking, doing dumb shit, fucking around, everything. That was when I was at $0. So when I was at $0, I was basically doing nothing every day. I just woke up. I had no purpose, no plan. Wake up, eat or whatever, chill, sit on my phone on the couch, wait for one of my homies to hit me up, and then go kick it. That was how that's how my journey was at when I was at $0. I didn't have no purpose at all, guys. I had so many distractions. Literally, I was just going off the dome every day. I also had no goals. That is something really important. If you really want to get to big numbers, you have to set a goal. I know a lot of people are going to be like, look, a goal is fucking cliche as fuck. No, it's not. A goal tells you exactly where you got to go and what type of direction you got to go. So, yeah. So from 0 to 1K, it was really hard. I had to cut off all the distractions. In the beginning, once again, I told you, I had so many distractions. I had to cut them all off. I don't care what it was. Either it was playing too much games, smoking too much bud, kicking with the wrong homies, just sitting around on social media all day, females, whatever it is, I had to cut it all off because it was a major distraction for me, and that was the hardest. This part was the hardest right here. And how did I overcome that? I first overcame it by just cutting off the biggest distraction for me at the time, which was bud, drugs, whatever. It's a fat ass distraction for you. It is one of the biggest distractions ever, and if you're doing that, you need to cut that off. The first thing, and once again, guys, you shouldn't really pressure yourself to do everything all at once. At the beginning, cut off the most important stuff, the stuff that actually distracts you the most, and then slowly cut that off. Go down to the second most important, cut that off, then third, fourth, fifth, and just slowly do it. You don't gotta put too much pressure on yourself. And at the beginning, when you're cutting off your distractions, just focus on that. Remember, if you're dealing with all of these distractions right now, you should just focus on cutting off the distraction. Don't focus on cutting it off and also making money at the same time. If you can go like a month, 2 months, 3 months without doing all of the shit that's distracting you, mission accomplished. When you do that, the next step is you gotta low-key start getting to 500 to 1K. So now we're gonna go over here. And during this step, it's mostly about mindset. It's just me reading books. Also, I'm also not even making a lot of money yet. So we're basically still close to $0. You got to start reading books, listening to podcasts, just fixing your mind. You've been fucking up your mind these past years. Now it's time to fix it and just double down on it. Fix it, cut off all distractions, and really just fill your mind with positive information. And that's what I did. At the beginning, there was no specific business information I was listening to. I wasn't listening to, organic dropshipping videos. I was just listening to podcasts, YouTube videos, inspiration videos, watching people drive Lambos and shit like that. And one of my biggest inspiration was actually somebody called Bam Kebo. He started out, he just came out of jail, but when he came back into the streets, he was still making money because he had stacked up his money. He was using credit. He put money aside, and when he came back, he actually used that money and got into the legal business. And he made way more money than he did before doing that. So when I seen that, I was like, damn, bro, you can make way more money legally than illegally. So what I do, I started shifting my mindset to like, you know what? Fuck all this illegal shit. I'm going to just go all in on business, legal, 100% legal. And guess what? If they do come and take my money, which they can't, that's what I'm saying. When you're doing legal businesses, they just can't come and take your money. Like if you're selling, whatever, I'm not going to say because I might get fucked, not copyrighted, but striked or something like that on YouTube. But if you're doing illegal shit and you get caught, they can come and take your money. If you're doing legal stuff and you're doing everything completely according to the laws, nobody can come in your house, into your bank account, and just take your money like that. Everything is safe, so remember that. So yeah, that's what I did. I was just absorbing my mind with positive information, and then I slowly started to shift to businesses. So then when I got to 1K, I was just doing random stuff. This is when all distractions were cut. I was just filling my mind with positive information, and then this was when I started trying different business models. I started trying online businesses. I started creating websites. I wasn't selling anything yet, but I was making websites, just learning the skill. And then I got into selling clothes. That's how I made my first 1K legally, was selling clothes. So yeah, I was selling clothes. It wasn't really popping off that much. I actually got the clothes off AliExpress. I sold it around the neighborhood, and that's how I got to 1K. So I was just trying different business models, different stuff to make money, and I came across the selling clothes, and that's what I did. Now 1K to 10K is a whole different story. This is super hard. This is the hardest thing you ever do, but guess what? Now that you're at this point, you probably got to go back even a little bit. So I was just doing random side hustles, and I decided, you know what? I want to actually get into organic dropshipping or stick to something that is, more long-term and actually more proven to work, which was for me at the time was organic dropshipping. So that's what I did. But guess what? I actually had to rewire my mind again. When getting 1K to 10K, my mindset wasn't, look, I need to get 10K ASAP. My mindset was, look, I need to learn this skill, and that's all I'm gonna do. My apologies. And if I don't make money, that's all right. Why? Because I got smarter. So 1K to 10K, I was just focusing on getting better at the business I was in, which was organic dropshipping, shooting content. And that's what I did for months after months after months. I did that. I wasn't really worried about the money. As long as I got a video up, it got good views, and I actually knew I put in all my effort. I was actually happy as hell. And also, one of the major things is I was always learning about my business. You can see over here, we were just learning about positive information, about being successful, exposing yourself to that. Over here, it actually came to, it was more direct, more specialized, which was for my business. I was just fully focused on learning about my business, which was organic dropshipping, and I was just practicing it, doing it every day without expecting nothing in return. And a lot of people around this stage, they give up because they're just focused on the money. So for the first month, if they don't make money, they're going to stop it and try another business model and do the same thing again and again. For me, I was just focusing on learning. I got closer. And guess what? The week before I made 10K, I dead ass only had like a few $100s in the bank. So it shifts that much. You got to stay consistent and keep improving. And that's what I did. Sometimes your 10K reach is dead ass like so close to you, but it feels like you're doing the same shit. It feels like you're doing nothing, but it's actually that close. That's why you got to be consistent. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. But yeah, I was just, just focusing on making better content, making better skills, and that's when I made the 10K. So on the day I made the 10K, I was just, the day before I was just filming videos. I was just happy as hell that I was able to get this video. My apologies. I was happy as hell to get the video up because it was a pretty damn good video, and it was a video that I recreated from another competitor, but I just did better, and I was happy as hell. I went to sleep, woke up, made 1K the next day, in one day, because my video went viral. It hit millions of views within the next 48 hours, and then it just keeps spiraling. It just keeps going up and up and up and up again. When I make that 10K, what did I do to make 15K, 20K, 30K? I did the same thing I did over here. So it's basically the same thing, but I did more of it. Remember that. You just keep doing the same shit, but do more of it and improve slowly. So that's what I did. When I got to that 10K day, I learned, and I was like, you know what? Everything that I was doing back here, which was wrong, just doing random shit and just going off the bat, drop that and then just focus on what I did here, which was, at the time, was actually recreating my competitor's viral video and recreating other videos. Back then, around this stage, when I was doing organic dropshipping in the beginning, I was just going off the bat, random videos every day, and yeah, it wasn't working. And then eventually I started recreating other people's viral video, and I did it consistently and improved slowly. That's what got me to my 10K. I kept doing that, but I did more of it. It got me to 15K, 20K, 30K, 40K, and I just kept doing more of it. But I increased it at a crazy volume. So understand that. Do more of what's already working and increase it a lot. By a lot, I mean a lot. So that's what I did to get to 10K. And then 50K. When I got to 50K, it was kind of almost like luck. Like I did the same shit. I improved slowly, but it was kind of with a different product. But during, at this stage, 50K, it was more organized. This was the first big success I ever had. By this time, everything was super organized. I had a perfect schedule. I knew what I was going to do when I woke up. I knew what to do when the day ended, which was planned out the next day. I knew what to do every day. I was already used to doing my product research, my content research. I was already used to my industry. I knew what I had to do every day. I knew how to do content research. I knew how to find good products, good videos, everything like that. So I had a whole system out, and it was time for me just to keep doing it slowly and actually get to 50K, which was because of a product. I found a different product that got me to 50K. Actually, it wasn't even a different product. It was the same product, but it was kind of the same product, but fucking I just improved the content, guys. Of course, there was other small products on the side I did that built up to that 50K, but yeah, it was kind of the same product. And I just did more of it, but I improved slowly. I had systems, I was following it, I knew what to do, I knew how to break down videos. And yeah, it was almost the same thing, just more of it, but more systemized. And now 50K to 100K is, let me think, 50K to 100K. So there was a fat ass roadblock at 50K. And when I was at 50K, I really couldn't get above that too much because I was trying shit again and again, but it didn't work. And I just kept trying it. I really didn't improve that much. I was just doing it because I thought it was already working, so I kept doing it again and again and again. But guys, I was still at the same results. I was stuck here. But one thing that's really important is I never gave up. I was consistent every day. Every fucking day I was consistent. So that was what was important right here. I just never gave up. And eventually, I came across an idea that changed my whole business. And really to shift my whole mindset to come in as a better player in the market. And that's what got me to 100K. At 10K to 50K, I was doing what the average people who made a few $1,000s or the same range was doing. I was doing the same shit that these people were doing at 10K to 50K. I wasn't doing nothing different. I was just going in there doing the same thing every day. The way I got to 100K was I decided to change my mindset and come in as a better player, come in as an improved person, make better content on them tremendously. I'm not talking about just a little bit. I'm not talking about just switching up the angles. I'm talking about completely change up the concept, the content I'm making, and also completely change up the angle I was gonna use in that market. So that's what I did. I was studying the market I was getting into, which was the product I was gonna test. I studied it. I understand what they wanted, and I came in with a whole totally new, different angle that had more demand than the previous angle. And that's how I got to my 10K. And exactly That's what I'm doing to this day. That's how I'm gonna keep growing, and eventually I'm gonna reach another roadblock where I gotta totally shift my mindset and really try to get that breakthrough again. But for now, this is what I'm at right now. I'm just gonna keep scaling and scaling. It's probably gonna be around 500. It's probably gonna be around actually a million. A million is when I'm probably gonna have a crazy roadblock, and when I get to that point, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, that is my whole mindset around this. And when I'm talking about 100K, I'm not just talking about 100K and just alone. I got multiple six figures in profit now. So yeah, that is my whole mindset and my whole journey. I hope you guys understand this and learn from it. Gone. Guys, if you guys want more sauce, go ahead and join up the Discord. I'm gonna have the link in the pinned comments. And this is one of the most valuable Discord in the game right now, and it's free at the moment. And look, we have literally test orders going crazy every day. Real test orders that people are paying for, the members are paying for, including myself. We're paying for them out of our own pocket and sharing it with you guys. We also got free gifts right here for all members. Test orders, basically products, winning products. These are products you can test that are making hella money. You can see test orders, we break them down and we show you. Look, we're actually paying for the test orders. We also got stitch clips here, stitch clips right here, all types of, we basically got every stitch clip you need. Members are consistently sending it in, and yeah, we got so much other stuff. It's crazy. It's super fucking crazy. So check it out. If you want to join the private mentorship where I coach you hands-on, go check it out here in this channel. And you can see we got wins going crazy right now. People are actually making money like crazy. Go join up. The link will be in the pinned comments.